Howdy guys, Diakis here. We're continuing our Guardian Let's Play of the closed beta for Riders of Icarus Online. Last episode we went and helped the Phoenix. Now they're being brought here
Be wary.
to the ruins
Our
camp
enemies are everywhere.
to see what awaits us in the southern ruins.
I'm just glad the elf is on our side.
Open your heart to nature. The ruins are a dangerous place. Take care.
Alright, we have a quest here called Woodland Familiar. Requires us to tame a Joey. This quest line is actually will lead us into an additional quest line that will teach us how to turn familiars into actually pets that will fight for us and guard us from enemies. So we'll start this episode with the taming of a kangaroo. There we go. Once you get the hang of the taming process, it is rather simple and it has a good deal of luck involved to it.
Open your heart to nature. Open your heart to nature. Many look, but few
So we
see.
just got an item called a common pet scroll, which we can use to turn a pet into, or turn a familiar into a pet. And there he is. And as you might have noticed, an entire set of pet skill bar has come just above the third skill bar. The most important thing here is this second icon right here, right next to the pet icon. That allows you to set your pet mode. There's passive, that pet won't attack, will not initiate combat, and will only initiate combat whenever you command it to through your attack skill. You have guard mode, which will only attack something whenever it attacks you, and then attack mode, which will attack anything. I always set mine to guard. That way it's not attacking something that I don't want it to attack. Alright. And since we've completed that, let's go back and talk to the
Open your heart to nature.
guy to complete the quest, and in using the pet scroll we will get another one for
Open
completing
your
the
heart
quest.
to nature. Many look, but few see.
And I'm not sure what a common pet scroll, how high of a mount it can turn into a pet. I'm sure if there's a common pet scroll, there's obviously got to be higher level ones, which could possibly be used for 2 or possibly 3 or even higher star pets. But I haven't quite tested out what the limits of the common pet scroll is. And once again, we have entered a solo story mission, this one pertaining to the southern ruins. So I've tested this out with Kins earlier today, and even while grouped, the solo instances are solo. It will not let other group members join. It I can understand why they do that. They want um, want you to complete it on your own. It is kind of a shame that you can't take group members into these various and assorted story instances. But who knows? Maybe after the you get out of the starting area, the story instances that they have will be available for more players. And hopefully I'll get to test it before the end of this beta. And that finishes that quest. It's also pretty cool that you can have gather resources nodes within these solo instances. It's good because in the actual world you have to vie for resources for everybody else. But at least in here, they have nodes within the actual instances which you can then mine without harassment from other players.
Open your heart to open your heart. The lieutenant is waiting for this, no doubt.
I refuse to lose any men to these ruin-touched shadows. Be wary. Our enemies are everywhere. Do not return without that hammer.
Alright, this is the first instance of a timed quest that you have to complete within the 20 minutes that they provided for us. Which means that in future quests you could have potential quests that are actually quite challenging to complete because there is a time limit for it. This one in particular is not entirely hard, so the time limit is almost not even taken into consideration. But it is cool to have the possibility of future quests requiring you to complete it within a certain time and make it even more challenging because of it.
You've come to steal my treasures, haven't you? You won't have them. You'll never leave these ruins alive.
Wait! We'll fight him together!
One last ghost.
Up that ramp, go! Over there! Move!
Heal up real quick. Get my pet out. And into the fray. And back to the camp. Something that I may or may not have already mentioned, but certain pets get certain skills, and while riding your pet, you can actually go to your this familiar screen, and for any of the ones that require an active use, you can click and drag to your skill bar, so that whenever that you mount that pet, the skills will be on the skill bar, and you can use in that way. In addition to that, there is also hotkeys that you can set up, but the key bindings will be under familiar commands. This will allow you to toggle the modes and everything like that, and the familiar quick bar is all of the skills that he could possibly have, and then you can set them to be used outside of being mounted. This works extremely well when you have it as a pet, so you can actually use their skills while as a pet and not having to right click on the skills above your personal skill bar.
I refuse to lose any men to these ruin-touched shadows. The Crow is waiting for you at the Shimmerwood. The damned will fear our blades.
Alright, now we're making our way to the next section. Oh, look at this. As of now, most of the guys have been, well, all of the people that NPCs that you've been up talking with at this point have been human, but this is your first glance into a non-human NPC.
Nice to meet you.
Chiki, the tree fairy.
The Shimmerwood sure is pretty. All right, follow me.
Alright, this is escort quest. Um, Typically, I do not care for escort quests. They're slow, they're buggy. Um, Sometimes they just don't even path correctly, and I've had escort quests in other games that um, I couldn't complete because I couldn't get it to path in a particular way, and they would just stop for no good reason. This quest in particular, at least in the beta, is bugged. After you complete it, you cannot use any of your hotkeys or key bindings. So, I mean, when we get close to the camp, you'll see several nodes along there, and I'll show you what happens. You can try to go to gather a node, and the option will not even be there. You can't talk with anybody. So the way to solve this, is, or at least during the beta, is to just go to your character select screen, and then log back in with the character, and that will solve the problem. But other than that, this escort quest is not horrible, but who's to know what the rest of the escort quest will be. And with that, we have made it to the Shimmer Camp. Let's see, there's typically a node around here somewhere. I'll show you what I mean. I'll go to this one back here. Oh, the mushroom right here. See, it's you can't interact with it. So with that, we'll be closing this episode and going back to our character screen and reloading our character. So with that, I will talk to you guys later and see you next time.